Titan Watch, what's up? Welcome back. Let's talk about the NFC West and how they really haven't made many moves. I fit everything on one sheet of notes. All right, let's talk about it. Starting in the great state of Arizona, let's talk about the Cardinals. They signed defensive edge Josh Sweat to 4 years and $76.4 million. This is pretty good because he's a balanced pass rusher and run stopper as well, and he brings great versatility and precision to a really weak Cardinals D-line. They also signed defensive tackle Dalvin Tomlinson to 2 years and $29 million. So that is a perfect acquisition along with Josh Sweat, which really just upgrades that D-line and really gives them the strength and depth that they've needed. Tomlinson is, he's the definition of a plugging a hole in the line kind of guy. He has the power and strength to stop runs right up the middle, and he's very aggressive to get to the quarterback and wear down an O-line, just due to his sheer size and strength. They also signed inside linebacker Akeem Davis-Gaither, 2 years for $11 million, and he's a very valuable asset when it comes to pass rush up the middle. So overall, they have really started focusing on increasing that middle of the field kind of play and being able to focus on the stopping the run on defense. No notable acquisitions when it comes to offense. This has mainly been a defense-focused offseason for sure. All right, I think one of the most talked about signings for the Los Angeles Rams was wide receiver Davante Adams to 2 years worth $46 million. And this comes right off the heels of them also releasing Cooper Kupp. So this immediately replaces the value lost with Kupp. With some of his route running ability, he is still in the top 5 of all current wide receivers, I personally think. So I think that this just gives Matthew Stafford just another weapon back, and it's more of a one-for-one kind of draw, but maybe Adams has a little bit more value than Kupp because of Kupp's injury proneness more than anything, so Adams will be more consistent with the play. They also signed center Coleman Shelton to 2 years and $12 million. He brings a balanced act to the O-line in run and pass blocking, which is very key for consistency for Matthew Stafford and the run game as well. So overall, nothing crazy to write home about, and not a lot of acquisitions for the Rams, but still pretty interesting. Probably one of the fastest downward trend teams I've seen in the past couple years with the 49ers. They went from true Super Bowl contenders to just, I don't know what they're doing right now. They signed Mac Jones to 2 years and $7 million, who is a system quarterback, honestly, and could step in if Purdy were to get hurt, but I don't think he'll take over for Purdy. Purdy is still their guy. They also signed wide receiver Demarcus Robinson to 2 years and $9.5 million. He adds depth in the wide receiver room that just lost Deebo Samuel, but I wouldn't say he's an actual one-for-one replacement for Deebo Samuel. But otherwise, the 49ers just really haven't made any moves, and it's kind of nerve-wracking for 49ers fans, I'm sure, because last year just kind of ended in a travesty. Now, I will say, one thing that's been exciting to watch is the Seahawks and their offseason moves, who has been quite interesting. I'd definitely say that getting rid of Geno and going to Sam Darnold was an upgrade. Geno was good, but I think Sam Darnold is honestly better, and he will fit their system better. They signed Sam Darnold to 3 years and $100 million contract, which is well-deserved after last season. And he more than proved his worth when he was with the Vikings last season. And it just goes to show the Seahawks are really pushing to rebuild around Sam Darnold as the future for the franchise for the time being, because they also signed wide receiver Cooper Kupp to 3 years and $45 million, which just adds yet another weapon for Darnold to utilize and push the style of the offense that they're trying to get out there with airing the ball out. Obviously, they got rid of DK Metcalf, which I wouldn't say is a one-for-one swap for Cooper Kupp because they were kind of two different style wide receivers, but still, it's still going to be a good weapon for Sam Darnold to have. DeMarcus Lawrence, they signed him to 3 years, $42 million. He adds a lot of value as an edge player. He is weaker in the pass rush deficiency, especially on the outside, but he's still an upgrade to what they had. Marquez Valdes-Scantling, 1 year, $5.5 million. Kupp is your route runner, and Njigba is your possession guy. Scantling is your deep threat, and it's a perfect establishment for Darnold to have. He had that sort of at the Vikings, but Scantling could solidify a future role if he performs well this season as well. So I think that this is going to be kind of exciting to watch and see how well utilized Sam Darnold can utilize all these wide receivers, and the just the cohesiveness that they have with each other. So I think that we could start out by saying that simply the Seahawks had the best offseason moves. They really upgraded their team, and they really have started to establish what they want and where they are going with their future under Sam Darnold as your quarterback. After that, I'd say the Cardinals probably had the best offseason as well, really upgrading that defense, that interior defense, and focusing on being able to win up front first, which is probably the most important aspect of defense. And then I'd say that the Rams had a pretty good signing, upgrading their offense, adding another weapon, adding another solid O-lineman to be able to protect Matthew Stafford. And then the 49ers are last place with truly no positive signings except a backup quarterback that is just as much of a system quarterback as Brock Purdy. Thanks, guys. Leave a like and a comment and tell me your thoughts of the moves that the NFC West has made. And remember to like and subscribe as well to stay up to date on everything NFL and everything college football. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Tighten up.